lot of regular Fijians. And the short phrase was his toe bombs. T-O-G, toe bombs. It's not an area that most people know about.
This war in that. That's they're scarcely close.
Step in my way, I will shoot you out of hand. I have the authority to do that. He stated he was over 18. I have the proof in my hand. All my men were swear to that. I don't care if he's 5 or 50. As long as I can recruit him, I get to stay longer. He does have 30 days to get himself squared away. You can ask Trooper Teddy here what happens if you don't come to promoted to the rank of sergeant by General Grant.
At the
age of 12. Johnny Clem was standing in front of the regiment after a very big battle, very heroic. He killed a Southern general. General Grant was talking to him much as I talked to this boy. Johnny Clem stopped the general and said, "I can't do this." General Grant says, "Well, boy, what are you talking about? I just made you sergeant." He goes, "Yes, sir, but I've never been sworn in the Army yet." I'm sorry. You've been out there 2 years. So Grant says, "Hold your hand up. Repeat after me, state your full name. I, Johnny Clem." He swore him in.
You're horrible. Buzz killed him.
He would retire himself many years later as a full 3-star general.
That was a long way.
You can look that up, Drummer Boy is
Where will the battle be?
Oh yeah, so they came out there. Yeah, he was full general. 3-star. So there you go, you all set? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you stopping and talking to us. Oh, you keep that.
Thank you.
That's a token.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How about you, boy? Don't stand there. Come here. Come on. You too. You already wearing a badge. That's good. See, we're wearing a badge. That means we're provost. So we got something in common already, don't we?
This is true.
What's your name?
We're going to second man.
What is it? Max. Oh, this boy's name is Max.
We have a jacket right here.
I hope he's better than the other Max we got.
11.
What's your name?
Sam.
Sam. And how old are you?
Major. May I take the boys?
You'll take them?
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, take them. All right, so
Don't
you're
trap
12
yourself,
and you're...
not me.
And how much is 12 and 8?
I'm already... You're already trapped. And loaded.
20. Very good. Here's conscripted money for you. Conscripted money for you. Bounty money for you if you turn them over to me. That's it, you guys. You know what to do. Put a code on one of them. This one, of course, it doesn't matter what. Now 12 and 8 is 20, but I need you to step forward over that little piece of paper right there. That says you're over 18, right? You can legally swear to that because you're not. So you are now over 18. Yes, you are.
Do you have a jacket for this one? He's going to play it
Step right there is good. Stand right there.
You were just recruited, I'm sorry.
You too, boy, get up here. What you doing?
Just conscripts.
You're doing good so far, gentlemen, don't worry. You'll learn a lot here in this outfit. Now, first thing you gotta do is turn around and pay attention. There you go, good job. Sam. Right, Sam, I know another Sam, he's a general. He's a good general. I served with him quite a while. He's not here right now, he's away on family matters. Okay, now raise your right hand. Sure that's the right Are you sure that's right? I can't even see that. You gotta kind of pull this up a little. You'll grow right into that coat, don't worry. It fits everybody. Now, raise them right hands up here pretty good. Up high. Now, repeat after me. I state your full name.
I state
Your full name. Let's try it. You say your whole full name legally. I,
Max Wells Maynard.
and help him.
I'm Sam Jr.
Do hereby solemnly swear or promise in your cases.
I hereby solemnly swear.
In your case, promise, right? Sam, you gotta say promise.
Promise.
Okay. To follow
To follow
all the lawful legal orders
all lawful legal orders
given to me
given to me
by the officers
by the officers
or enlisted appointed above me
listed appointed
during this hateful rebellion.
during this hateful rebellion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, you just joined the United States Cavalry. You too, Sam, you'll grow into it. You got 30 days to get your personal affairs in order.
Playing?
We'll come back and get you.
Just joined.
Now,
Okay. Attention! Colors!
stand fast. Middle guy, don't come on. Help him bring it over. Tight. One more time, just like we did the last time.
Yeah, I didn't want to believe you, Mike, but I'm thinking you're right. I don't think he's going to be here.
Is that Virginia tobacco?
Absolutely.
Is it North Virginia or South Virginia?
I believe this is Northern Pills.
Now, did they issue that or did you have to go get it?
This was commandeered.
Virginia wouldn't have issued us anything.
Right.
West Virginia. Not Virginia. Huh? No, it's filming. Chance to open. What exactly, just looking for a general shot there. It's the elevation chart. It's how they would have gauged the distance versus the amount of firepower and gunpowder needed to get to that point. Ammo boxes on the right-hand side. Those are our rounds. They're made with foil and black powder. Theirs, obvious, were different. They would have cotton and actual shells. But this is basically what you get. This is an actual reproduction.
Really? Oh, it's
Yeah.
a reprint.
I mean, this is what it would have looked like, though. It's no different than the real one. So that's sort of the important thing.
$5,000 yards, 21 and 7/8 seconds. I'm glad I'm not on the receiving end of that. That's almost the weight of a bowling ball, isn't it?
10 pounds. Yep.
Yeah.
Morning.
Good morning. Now, where did the bananas come from? Was that from down south?
Oh, leftover. Yeah.
We took it off a Florida regiment.
The banana benders, huh?
Captured Confederate stores.
Okay. So now, how come all these women folk are here?
We like company.
To take care of the camp and take care of her laundry and food.
And do they dodge the cannonballs as well?
Well, to come close enough to camp, but we try to keep everything away from camps. Does put them in the line of fire.
There were actually women that
Good, how are you?
would follow their husbands or sons in, just kind of take care of them, or they would just stop by to visit for a few weeks and then head back. And there were over 400 women documented that actually disguised themselves and fought. There's not an accurate number because they either deserted or were buried as the man that they portrayed, so we don't know for sure.
Now they're doing it overseas in the sandbox, huh?
Absolutely.
they're both pretty like, come here. Like you mean it.
Chop, chop.
Yeah. Step up, salute. Step right up to the thing.
You want to go on the field of battle and play war?
Yeah.
You have to carry the flag. Can you do that for us?
The biggest thing is you're going to be attached to the colonel here.
Actually, he's gonna. I'll stay with him.
You're going to be attached right to the colonel.
You gonna play war, sir?
Okay. So where the colonel goes, you go.
Unless he tells you to stay put, then you stay here.
Okay. All right.
I'll inform him. Okay, thank you.
Make sure your canteen's full when you go out there.
You forgot to salute in your lap.
That's the first time he's actually gonna go on the field of battle, isn't it?
No, he goes out. He's been going out running.
Is that okay with you, sir?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I was thinking, oh, you know, Jim's left, but no, we got Mike here, so no problem. You can fit the colors.
Good, very good. This is headquarters?
That?
Is this headquarters?
This is headquarters row.
The whole row?
Staff would be up here. I'm the battalion adjutant. First sergeant down on the end. I mean sergeant major. Sergeant. Colonel would be over there.
Now, are you expecting some action today?
We're going to be having a formation in about 10 minutes. Troops are starting to get ready now. Supposed to have a 1 o'clock battle.
You need to get outfitted because you have to be out early.
Who's got to be out early?
That's why, yeah, we're gonna wander.
How you doing?
Good.
Ted.
Ted Smith.
Nice to meet you. You're the gentleman looking for a gun.
Oh, you're Ted Urbanski.
Yeah, I'm the one who keeps my ears and eyes open.
Okay, cool.
You never know. I have to go to Newport. Hopefully I'm going to Newington in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times on the gun.
Yeah, I was up in Kittery. Trading book. Well, they had a 61 Springfield for $450. Well, no bayonet. Had a strap was wrong.
No, I'm not.
Like $40. Well, and I don't know really how to check it over and make sure it's English. They had one, that one was down on the floor. They had a couple of behind the counter.
That's the company. Shoulder up. In 2 ranks, left feet. Forward. March. Guide straight ahead to that. Right flag. Back. Battle line, guys. Battle line. Come on, get up here. By the right flag. Back.
What up, fat mister?
Yes, you're at speaking.
What are you two guys doing over there? Get in there.
Well, nobody said where to go, so.
Okay.
We'll tell you
Well,
where
make
to
sure
go.
your face is at me. George, a tiny bit. Leo, if you get in there a little bit. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. I like it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You'll never get up from there.
Yeah, you'll never get up.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you.
Now, you were at that stadium, they do that every time. Yeah. What's that? There you go. You got the biggest flash in the pan. Too much money to be lost otherwise. We gotta eat. That's right.
Our wives will be talking.
That's right.
That's right.
Forward into line. My company, left half wheel. Left half wheel. March! Right into line. Halt. Right into line. March. Company, halt. Support. Arms. Battalion. Right. Face. 5 files right. March. Coming forward. March. 5 file right. Hard. 5 file right. March.
Yeah.
I don't get a guy down there. I don't get a guy down there.
Mark.
Nobody, yes, we're all set.
You're gonna have to find another whipping boy.
I guess.
I'll never find one of those fancy.
There you go. With a what?
Those fancy.
Yeah, that is not
20-year-old soldier would have no problem picking up that one. Carry it to the field.
22-year-old soldier does.
Not my 22-year-old soldier. Not my soldier.
Why we're having training.
The only thing my soldiers should have trouble doing is letting a rebel leave the field alive. Correct?
Yes, sir.
What kind of rebels are good rebels?
Dead rebels, sir.
What makes a dead rebel?
Secessionist, sir.
And then we reel out and fusillade, and then
Secessionist.
Say freedom wasn't free. So you're expecting a little bit of action today?
I'm not going to be doing anything today. I'll be running. We're outnumbered by the Rebs. I'd like to look at this scalpel here.
Sure. That's an interesting shape.
Yeah, it's a scalpel, but it's also an eraser. This just went from the Treasury Department.
And an eraser as well.
Yep.
One way to rub people out.
Yeah, well they taught us, because paper was so expensive, they used some of the best steel for making the erasers.
Uh-huh.
So they taught us how to convert erasers into scalpels in medical school.
Do you do dental work as well?
Do dental and veterinarian also. Fact is, the priority is if I have a horse come in, I got to stop surgery and take care of the horse. Army paid more for the horse. They were harder to come by. Gettysburg, they lost 4,000 horses in 3 days. It was a priority to get buried, is to bury the horses, because the farmers knew that horses brought diseases. So they dragged them out and had a huge fire. Go down there now, the field that they've burned the horses in still can't raise crops on, because it's got too much phosphorus in it.
Huh. After 150 years?
After 150 years. Well, one of the legends of Gettysburg is why they have so many vultures down there, is because vultures can live to be 100 plus years old.
Good God.
And they teach their young, so their vultures are still waiting for the next battle. If I were you people, I'd get through that sally port because the battle's about ready to start, and it's going to take a long walk to go around. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Cover their ear and lean away from the weapon. That means it's going to fire at any time. The person that's going to pull the lanyard is preparing to fire. That gun is going to fire. You want to keep those two things in mind. When they fire the weapon, after they fire the weapon, they're going to take a worm, what they call a worm, to stick with a corkscrew on the end. They're going to put it down the barrel. They're going to twist it a couple of times. They're going to pull it out. That takes all the residue of the, whatever powder bag might still be in there. That'll draw that out. Next thing they're going to do is they're going to take a wet sponge. They're going to put it in water. Supposed to put it in water. Spin it a couple of times. Put it down the barrel. They do that to get rid of any embers that might be in there. You don't want to have embers in there when you put a new powder charge in. It'll go off before you want it to. After they do the wet sponge, next step obviously would be to dry sponge, because they got to dry what they just put in. So they would dry sponge it. After that, there would be an individual that would go to the caisson. The gun captain would call out a round, a specific type of round, whether it be a ball, solid shot, canister round, grape shot, whatever it may be. He makes that determination. He'll call for that round. That runner will go from the caisson up to the gun, show it to the gun captain. The gun captain will then put it in the barrel. Once it's placed by the tube, the individual will take a rammer and he'll charge that barrel, that ram cartridge all the way out down to the bottom. And then they'll take a brass pick, a brass spike. Don't want to use anything but brass because it'll make a spark. They put that in the touch hole and they hit it once, and it puts a hole into the powder bag so that when they put the primer in, when the primer goes off, it's got a place for it to go into the powder bag and it explodes. And things will come out. You'll see a lot of smoke coming out of the end of the barrel. We try to have at least one night firing demonstration for when we go to an event. That's for the new people that are in with us. Why can't we get within 50 feet of an artillery piece? At a night fire, you find out. You see smoke come out of here, but you don't see the flame that comes out. There's a flame that comes out about 10 feet from the end of that barrel. It's the same thing with the muskets. We have a night fire with the muskets so they can see what comes out the end of that barrel, even though we're only using powder. The muskets that we're using are fully functional weapons. They're reproductions, but they will fire a live round. Obviously, we do not fire live rounds here because people would not be too happy on the receiving end. Consequently, we do not take our rammers out. In order to load these weapons, there's 9 steps involved. You take the cartridge out of your cartridge box and bring it up to your mouth. Good infantrymen had to have teeth because you have to tear that cartridge. Then you put it on top of your barrel. You charge the cartridge. You dump the cartridge and the round into the barrel. You draw your rammer, you ram the cartridge, and you return the rammer. If you do not return the rammer, you don't fire the next time because there's nothing to ram that charge down the bottom of the breech. Once you return the rammer, then you take a little cap of mercury, formulated mercury that goes on the nipple of the weapon. When the hammer hits that, it strikes it, makes a spark, goes in, hits powder, and the projectiles come out. So you won't see us drawing rammers on the field. Because on the field, once we get going in battle, the adrenaline gets running and you might forget you got a rammer in there. A lot of places that we go to, especially more down south, they won't allow you to take rammers on the field at all because they don't want that possibility of somebody drawing a rammer, forgetting it's in there. You got 3 feet of projectile coming across the field. So you watch that. You're here for safety reason. Yesterday we had the Newport where that sign was. I thought it was a little too close to you folks, but you know what it was, what it was. This is the 150th anniversary. April of 1861, after 34 hours of bombardment, Fort Sumter surrendered to the Confederate forces. That started the Civil War. Up here it's called the Civil War. Down south it's called the War of Yankee Aggression. I'm not going down south and say something about the Civil War because they'll chew you up one side and down the other side. It's the War of Yankee Aggression. You came down and invaded my homeland. In the course of those 4 years, over 650,000 Americans lost their lives. That's 4 men that have lost their lives in 4 years than all other wars combined. That was a fire by company. Now they're only got the same guys. They get 100 rounds going out. They have picked up weapons off of the battlefield in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. They have excavated You can't tell that your weapon fires when you got other guys, other people firing next to you. You just explode, so that's what happens.
At the right, oblique! March! Halt! Front! Take on that gun crew! Ready! Aim! Fire! Move! Awesome. One more round before they put together a round.
What they would normally do is one rank would fire, next rank would gas, 4 stations in front of them while the second rank loaded. They would fire.
Small.
Tap,
Fire! Commence! Fire! Light them up! Independent!
That's called fire.
Come on, take some hits.
By the time it gets down to the 50th person, the first
Fast as you can, guys! Knock them down before they put them around!
Both guns are ready. If you see the rammers cross, gun over here, cross.
Get low!
They had a misfire.
Down on him, Bill! Rise up, put fire on him! Keep it up, guys, keep it up! Open it up! Don't give him a target! Guys, stay put! Skirmishers, commence fire! Alternate your fire, save the ammo, make them count! Fire! Rise up, board on him! One state! Massachusetts! One state! Massachusetts!
Watch for the one who's on the ground. Watch for the one who's on the ground. Right over there. You might wonder how do we know when we're going to hit. If you don't have more cartridges, inspect your weapon. Somebody might put a black cartridge in your cartridge box. Draw that, but if it's first and last, you don't fight anymore. Or you draw a card. Black or off, somewhere else. If you don't
Drive him! Rise up! Moving by the quick step. Get him, boys. Drive him. Grab a double quick. Go, boys. Wheel! Wheel! Cross up that line. What are you doing?
That's one thing. We want to make sure. We always look out for the guy on our left and our right. We even look out for the guys in Rhode. What we would go through is we would make sure that all the people that go have their catwalk and their catwalk is closed. You notice this individual over here, this Yankee, has his cartridge box open. A cartridge could fall out. Some little kid could come along and pick it up. He's got 80 grains of black powder in his hand then. We don't want that to happen. Try to make sure the space is covered so that it's not all the time. Anybody got any questions? All over, you'll see us going up and there's fire. What we're doing then is we're making sure the weapons are clear. There's no powder in them. We generally, it's called capping off. The company will cap off and you might hear 2 or 3 rounds go off. Everybody else is just firing caps. Because when we go back into camp, we don't go back in with powder in the weapon. We'll cap off 2 or 3 times until we're sure that there's no powder in there. And then we go back into camp and start cleaning the weapon. We're limited in what we can do here because of the size we got to play with. So we have to kind of limit the number of troops that show up as well. Some of the good events that we go to, we got 200-300 people. At Manassas, the organizers of Manassas have cut the number off of 15,000. They're not allowing any more than 15,000 reenactors on the field. At the 135th of Gettysburg, there was 48,000 reenactors down there. There wasn't reenactors just from the United States. It was reenactors from Australia, England, Germany, France, all over the world were there. Why would they have an interest to come and do our Civil War? Because they had ancestors that fought in our Civil War. That's why. The Union had a lot of immigrants that fought for them. There was one company, there was one battalion that had 26 different languages in it. I don't know how they did commands, but they did it. Believe me, we're not here to glorify war. Many of us that are here work on our national security, in the military. We're not here to glorify it because war is not a glorious thing. I got the t-shirt and I got the scars to show for it. Vietnam veteran, I wear gray. If you were a Vietnam veteran in the 68-69 time frame, you were classified as a drug addict, baby killer. If you put it down on your resume, you were a Vietnam veteran, you weren't going to get work. If you were a Confederate veteran at the end of the Civil War, you were not going to get work. These Yankees took all their carpetbaggers down there. We didn't allow the Confederacy to win. Company. Vietnam, we weren't allowed to win. Confederacy weren't permitted to win.